Welcome back to the Moving Forward podcast. You already know what time it is, man. Y'all rocking with your host, Flo Bomber. We in the motherfucking building. Before we get into the show, I'd like to thank Richard Dean Bartine for pulling up on the show last week. Coming straight from Africa, doing her motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Yams for pulling up. I want to give a special rest in peace to Donovan. I heard, you know, my boy passed away from health issues. Understand? So I just want to give a rest in peace to Donovan from this It group. Gave me a lot of knowledge, gave me a lot of insight on this game that I'm in today. Now, you already know what time it is, man. I don't even gotta say who on the couch with me. I got my boy Mizzo, Dower Hour. He here.
Yeah, we here, man. Let's get it.
And the one and only Paul Cain. What's good, my nigga?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? The host of the show is your boy Uncle P, you know what I'm saying? I let my boy walk us in, you know what I'm saying? But we back doing what we like to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make this like a special segment on the midnight hour, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. Say what you say.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we back, y'all. Just wanted to let y'all know, time's up.
It's
You know what I'm
on.
saying? August 2nd, you know what I'm saying? It's up for y'all. Y'all had your time.
There you go. Now, Cain, this is a question that I think everybody wanted to know. What's taking you so long to drop your music?
What's taking me so long?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I put it to you like this. People gotta understand they act as if I actually planned on doing music. This music is something I just started getting back to. Like all the time that was over at first. Took the deal, got the bag. Once you sign the contract and you locked in, you locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Contract was cool. The label was like, nah, we want to renegotiate. No renegotiating. They sat me on the shelf.
This is what I'm saying. But what label was you signed to?
Sony Epic.
You was never signed to Clue?
That was Desert Storm
Okay.
distributed through Sony Epic.
Okay.
Yep.
And why they ain't want to fuck with your music? Because
it wasn't.
let's speak.
It
Cain.
wasn't a matter of them not wanting to mess with the music. It was at the time the deal was done. It was done through Tommy Mottola. We got what we wanted. Everybody went home happy. I guess when they brought in another CEO, they probably long story short, they wanted to take what they gave me for one album. They wanted to make it for about 2 or 3.
Okay.
I said, nah. And it was like, all right, cool.
Then they put you on the show.
It's not even something that they said, or it's just, like when you say somebody like, nah, I ain't trying to, I already got it, you know what I mean? It's, like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You already know when they give you that, like, they ain't really trying to hear you out and nothing like that.
It was like, all right, that's what you want to do? All right.
Yeah.
All right, so how long was it there for?
It wasn't matter how long the deal was for. Once you get into the deal, and in a sense, if they didn't breach the contract, that just kind of leaves it on you. And they'll let you play the waiting game for us, like.
So it was for one album, right?
Well, what I did basically.
So you gave them, I guess, to get out the contract, you gave them an album.
It wasn't even in the sense of how many contract. Like the album was, it was like maybe a 2-3 album deal, but it was just based upon the money that was on the table for the first album.
Got you.
They wanted to make that the amount of money for the whole deal, like the 2-3 album deal. They wanted to make that all of it, and nah. It's kind of like, when he asked Bishop, and why Bishop got it? Because I already got it. Like,
right.
Well, you don't want to renegotiate because I already got it.
Right.
Like, nah, we ain't doing that.
So if they would have gave you more money, you would have. You would have took it, or you ain't like that situation in a whole.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. At that time, if they would have gave more money, of course we'd have took it. But knowing what I know now, nah. Again, I already got it.
Right.
Like, here go my thing. Could I have done 3 albums off of what they gave me? Absolutely. That's not the way business worked, though. We did this for 1 album. I would have much rather did the deal for the one, and I would have still made 3 albums off it, but I would have did it on my terms. They was trying to control the terms of it and all of that, and it's like, nah. Nah, you want to renegotiate stuff that's, in my opinion, it was non-negotiable. Y'all don't help me write songs, so y'all trying to negotiate for some of my publishing, it's nothing to talk about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like things like that. So it was like, nah.
So moving forward, what's different now?
I'm doing it because I feel like it.
Do you think did the passion leave you? With all the bullshit that you was going through then, did the passion leave?
I never stopped making music. I just wasn't looking at it like putting the music out like it was a choice. Like, I mean, man, to tell you, the homies to tell you, like, if we was in the hood, yo, what up, Cain? You got something? Yeah. I play a song for you ain't never heard, guaranteed. But, you know what I mean? I just wasn't actively pursuing, trying to get a deal or nothing like that.
It turned you, because the business side of it turned you off?
No, I mean, again,
Business side.
how you say, once you locked in, ain't no switching up. When you get the deal and you sign the deal, now, once you get estranged from the label like that, it's like, all right, you still contractually locked in. You still can't legally do anything unless you get that in black and white and release papers from them.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah,
So you couldn't do no mixtapes or nothing?
Nah, I was doing mixtapes the whole time.
Yeah.
But,
the rap came.
Whether they know it or not, we was already locked in. You do that until you get to a point where, you figure out a way to make money in the business and the game around certain situations. You know what I mean? And once you do that, then it's kind of like, I ain't worried about it. They get up off it whenever they get up off it, but they ain't stopping nothing. They ain't hurting nothing for real. But yeah.
So listen, I know it had to been some type of, like, you had to be stressed seeing, the success of your brother and you shelved.
I mean, stress?
Hell yeah. Like, damn, I want this too, because that's your dream too.
I wouldn't exactly, nah. I mean, I'll put it to you like this. At first, it's a rabbit hole. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's business. He's doing his thing. You thinking about your deal and what you got going on. You know what I mean? And the way it was going on, you got to understand, everything happened suddenly. Like, you get the deal and you in there and you good. And then they're like, all right, yeah, we're going to open up these budgets and we're going to start recording. Everything is good. You know what I mean? And then somewhere along the line, they hit a wall. Well, Sony hit a wall with Tommy Mottola. You know what I mean? And one day it's like you just going to the office and they're like, yo, you didn't hear? Tommy's out of here. What? Now you going in, as you walking down the hall, you start noticing there's different pictures on the wall going down the hallway. You like,
how this shit happen?
You know what? It do look a little different in here. And it's like, yeah. So then you gotta, and at that point, that's when it's like, they start, people start telling you things like, they trying to give you the subtle hints. Like, they really, what they really want to flat out come out and ask you is like, yo, your boy that signed you gone, yo, you good? Is they dropping you? Like, what's going on with you? Like, but yeah, because that's how it go. And that's really what it was, I still remember, they was like, when they asked me did I want to renegotiate, and I was like, nah. And they was like, all right, cool, well, the label's focus right now is more so J-Lo and Omarion. So we're trying to figure out
Where we gonna squeeze you in at, right?
They was literally trying to figure out what they were gonna do with all of their hip hop acts.
Who else was on that label at the time, if you remember?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Did you have a song that you said, yo, this is gonna rock at that time? Like, was you ready to drop a song?
No, the album was damn near done.
Wow.
It was just, yeah. But I mean, that wasn't even the coldest part. The coldest part was when we was recording, I had my own hard drive. And I left my hard drive in the studio, and the studio, the only address they had was for the record label. So they sent my hard drive to Sony, and they were like, yeah, you know, we're keeping that. I'm like, that's not your drive. And here go the funny, they were like, yeah, but the music on it, we created, but I said, man, that's not even that drive. And this is the funny, I kid you not, the hard drive that actually had all the music that I did for the album when I was on Sony, Sony never had that hard drive. But they kept my personal hard drive though.
Wow.
So the music that I had like for years up until that point, yeah, they took all that.
You probably got somebody saying your shit somewhere in Ukraine somewhere. Nigga sold your lyrics, bro.
I wouldn't advise that. I wouldn't. I hope somebody is in the Ukraine saying my lyrics. Wait on it. You know what I mean?
So what made you want to get back into it, like right now? Because I see it's like a new Cain, but I call you Muggs. Like, what made you change your name from Muggs to Poor Cain?
Well, one, I mean, Muggs was just something that everybody called me in the hood. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't, to me, it wasn't never really my rap name. One.
Okay.
And two, they got these little letters called cease and desist. I got one of them from my boy Muggs from Cypress Hills. But that was around the time he was doing his album. You know what I mean? And again, that was the like the late 90s.
Right.
He was doing the Soul Assassins album, and
he's like, I'm Muggs. There's only one Muggs.
My lawyer said, you know him? You cool with him? I'm like, yeah, man, no Muggs. Muggs cool. She's like, yeah, well, sent the cease and desist. And his lawyers were very adamant about it. I was like
they was ready to sue your shit.
In my opinion, I was like, all right, cool. You know, in my opinion, it was a way out. Because Clue would always call me Muggs on the mixtapes and all of that. And I was never really trying to do that. You know what I mean? Even down so much so to the point where if nobody even paid attention to it, on Clue's first album, when I did Cops and Robbers with Lord Tariq, I said Paul Cain. I was saying Paul Cain the whole time. Clue just kept, even on the album, he's like, yeah, next up, my nigga Muggs. And the end of the rhyme, I said Paul Cain. Like, that was my name. I mean, my name is my name. So, you know, it was always supposed to be that way.
Okay. So what's Paul Cain? For the world to know.
Oh no, that's my name. Like my first and my last name. It's not, a lot of people think I made it up. Nah. It's my real name. Like,
nice.
My name is my name. Like, you know what I mean?
Say no more. Yo, it's so much we gonna go into it. But I'm trying to like slow pace this shit, yo. All right, so Cain, right? With all the label woes you going through, right? I see you got, is Mizzo your artist? Let's get that out
first
the way.
And foremost, that's the bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, everything we do, you know what I'm saying? We eat together, you know what I'm saying? Everything we do, man, it's us, man. It's YBM, man, you know what I'm saying? Family ties, you know what I mean? It's us.
How many artists you had before Mizzo that ain't work out?
I'll be honest with you, I never really, I work with a lot of different artists, but I won't say like I per se signed anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, more of like, I'm just so much into working and creating and being in the studio because like, when I go to the studio, I engineer my own music.
Okay.
So if I'm in the studio with an artist, then it's down to that. I might be recording their songs. Like if I'm in the studio with Miz, I might be recording his song. I might be engineering his shit, mixing his shit, and you know what I'm saying? The same if it was Flo or, you know, God rest his soul, if it was East, whoever, I might be in the studio just recording they shit. You know what I'm saying? And you would think like, yo, you'd be like, oh, so they just be like, nah, yo, I could be in the studio and I might record 7, 8 songs. We might be in there 4, 5 days. And then maybe like on day number 7 or 8, then a nigga might be like, yo, Unc, what up? Let me get a verse.
Mm-hmm.
They done did 12, 13 records already. So, you know, I mean, nah, you know, the funniest thing is, I remember meeting Lola Brooke, and we went to go do this cypher. And when they was putting people up there 3, 4 at a time to do these ciphers, and, you know, so they going down the line and they recording everybody. And I remember seeing her go up there, and I'm like, oh, this chick getting ready to go up there and rap.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she got the hood bop, whatever, and I heard her talking, so I'm like, the way she was talking to one of the other rappers about rapping, I'm like, yo, I want to hear Shorty rap.
Okay.
So then when it came time to go up there and do it, you know how it was. Whole lot of this, people getting louder, louder in the area. You know what I mean? And they put the beat on, and she picked Renegade.
Out of all beats.
I was just like, I was intrigued. I was like, nah, I want to.
That's when she first.
Nobody really wanted to like, because, you know, everybody had pretty much did their thing. So the artists that rapped already, they start smoking, drinking. So they not thinking about the level of sound. So they kept trying to quiet people down so she could get her shit off. And I don't even think she got a chance to do it that day. It was just too much going on. But I remember hearing the beginning of the rhyme that she was spitting, and I was like, yo, I told her, I said, yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. You gotta finish your breakfast. She's like, yo, what? I'm like,
she was so shy.
I want to hit. I want to hear the rhyme. Like,
was she shy or scared or nervous?
That's when she first started. Like, she wanted everybody to leave out the room.
Nah, you know what it was? Nah, you know what it was? It got to the point where she was trying to kick everybody out because
it was too loud.
That's like you trying to get your shit over and it's too loud. So then you like, yo, now when people try to quiet down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now you rattled a little bit. It's already done.
The momentum is gone.
So now when you go to do it, the first time you get a chance to really do it and people ain't loud, the first time you do it, you fuck up. And then everybody, yo, as soon as she fucked up, everybody got loud again. So then the girl asked her, like, yo, you want us to kick everybody out? She was like, matter of fact, yeah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit ain't work. That would be like putting somebody right on the other side of this door right here. And now that they feel like they out the way, they was even louder. You know what I mean? And it
even
was
louder.
It was funny though.
So being that, like I said before, you got your artist Mizzo, right?
Yeah.
You've been through all the label bullshit. I feel like, and I'm talking to you, Miz, I feel like that's better for you to be introduced in the game.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
What's that? What you said? Say it one more time.
Being that Cain been through all the industry bullshit, and he's your partner and your mentor. Your mentor.
That's a fact. That shit be like just show niggas like don't know how niggas just be starving and say they got signed and shit like that, or just be starving and just sign to anything. Like shit like that show me like, nigga, we gonna wait to the right situation. So we don't gotta be dread or.
But how many niggas is in your ear saying, yo, son, why you, like, let's go. Like, why you waiting on Cain? Like, you gotta do your own thing. I know niggas is in your ear like that.
That'd be a bunch of niggas that don't be doing shit. They say all that shit until it's time to do something. Them niggas don't be doing nothing.
It's crazy, man.
That's how the game go, man. Be a whole lot of.
You gotta be loyal in this shit too. You gotta be loyal in this shit.
Man, let me tell you something. As my brother said, how loyal is a hungry dog? Don't ever let that go over your head. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at it from a perspective, DMX had this thing where he used to say, trust people to be who they are. And that shit kind of stuck with me, you know what I'm saying? So I
I
don't know.
remember X said that shit. I heard him say that before.
Yeah, he said it. And no, the craziest part about it is I heard him say it in an interview.
Mm,
Now, I heard him say it in real life out of his mouth, from his
Right.
mouth to my ear.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. When he said it in the interview, though, I was like, damn, I wish he'd have said it to me like that. You know what I'm saying? that he broke it down, you know what I mean, a little bit more in the interview. And he
You
was
ain't
like,
understand it when he first said it to you. You ain't
I
really
got
get
it.
it.
I mean, I got it, but he was just like, you know, I mean, X was X, but it was different. Like, he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, trust a snake to bite you. You know what I'm saying? That's how he said it in the interview. You know what I'm saying? But when he said it to me, he was just like, nah, man, well, you know, you always trust somebody to be who they are, dog. Like, if you know somebody, I mean, you like, you know your dogs, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you know how your dog is, then you know when your dog is gonna bite him when he ain't, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm
King,
saying?
it ain't no pressure. You don't got no pressure on your back. Being that, you gotta remember, this is 90, what, when y'all dropped? When y'all first came out? Like 90, 98?
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I mean, I don't, it could have been 98, 97,
Yeah.
something like that when they first started doing
Clues.
mixtapes and all
Yeah,
of that.
Clues. You been out for a minute, King.
You said, do I feel pressure?
Yeah.
All right, let's start here. I don't respect pressure. Pressure is an illusion. You know what I mean? Only person that really puts pressure on you is you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The pressure don't come from what nobody else said do. The pressure comes from how you feel about what's going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you feel pressure to deliver something, then that's the pressure. Nah. I always kind of just, I did me, you know what I mean? I ain't, some people would be like, yo, man, even back then, you know, you would hear people like, surprisingly, some people would be like, yo, man, Cain was trash. So I used to hear this shit, I ain't never give a fuck.
I never heard that. So I don't know. I never heard you was trash. I heard you was the nicest one. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard it. I've heard, I mean, you take the good with the bad. I've heard all the, you know, good opinions, bad opinions, you know, whatever. Everything ain't for everybody, so I never really tripped on it.
See, you just gave me an understanding on what happened on why you ain't released. I personally thought that you just was just stuck in the streets.
Nah, man. I mean,
I thought that you
know what it
really
was?
wasn't fucking with
put it
rap
this,
like that.
Everybody gonna get they general opinion and their consensus. I've always kind of been the kind of dude to just, well, if we talking about what's for real,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna hold my own counsel. If I'm gonna speak on it, I'm gonna speak on it. But as far as street shit go, it's like, it's people in the streets that want to know what happened with a deal. Is it gonna change the situation by talking to anybody about it?
Hell
Nah.
no.
So you leave that right there. But I mean, to say somebody from the streets, I come from the projects. So I mean, like, project nigga mentality type shit. I mean, you come from the hood, that shit don't turn off because you started rapping or because, you know, you make some money. Hood niggas still hood niggas. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it's always gonna be. So, you know, for them, they probably felt like it was more the street shit because they seeing a nigga outside in the hood and then being like, yo, I see this nigga outside, yo, why this nigga ain't rapping?
It's because of who your brother is, bro. You gotta understand that
It's
shit.
a lot deeper than that.
Break it
Hov
down.
said something in a song some years back. And this line, I know when niggas probably heard it, they probably thought it was an ill line, but it definitely went over niggas' head. He said, my dream is big, and in it, my team is rich. It's seen through the eyes of a nigga that ain't seen shit. So, in my opinion, this is how I'm looking at it. Like, the people that was sitting there looking at me like, oh, he ain't rapping because he on some street shit. Y'all ain't never really seen shit. The same people that could look at it and form an opinion on it, you never been in a contract. You never sat down in the office and negotiated with nobody. You ain't had a lawyers calling you back as soon as you left to say you come back to the office. They sent another revision over. They don't. So it's like, yeah, all that shit it looked good. And from the little glimpses and pieces of what they could see from what my brother was doing, and they felt like if I ain't doing that, then I ain't doing nothing. Niggas never sat in the studio and seen a nigga write a song for another person. Nothing.
And that's another
and it's
thing.
cool. It's like you just you shrug and like they're gonna talk about you this day, they're gonna talk about you that day. Both days I got paid. And I've never been able to pay a bill with anybody's opinion. So
Facts.
You know.
Do you ghostwrite?
Huh?
For any artist? You heard me, bro? Who you ghostwrite? Yo, do you ghostwrite for any artist? You don't gotta say the name.
Yeah, of course I did. I mean,
but that's how you got your checks. Ghostwriting.
I wouldn't even go into that and speak on that, but yeah, I mean, here the catch. There's so much different ways because people be like, "Oh, what you mean?" You do realize you can come up with a concept for a song, and then they be like, "Yo, I want the song," huh? And this is somebody who can rap, and they be like, "No, I want the song." And what they saying is they're not buying your rhymes, and it's the whole idea, the concept of the song. I want to buy that. You scrap your song, and I'm gonna take that whole idea and topic of it, and I'm gonna write that song. I might keep the hook, but you can have the rest of that shit back. I just want to buy the whole concept, the idea of it from you.
Why you laughing, man?
Because I heard a lot of songs that was niggas' favorite songs that was Cain shit.
It's just
wow.
It's just the idea. You take the idea, the concept, you know, whatever, and.
But there's many ways to skin a cat, right?
Thousands.
That's what I'm saying.
Thousands.
So just because it's not you, that don't mean that they still not hearing you.
Man, let me tell you something. This is when you know you can't never get lost in it. Before any record deals, anything, when it was just mixtape shit. I remember coming out the projects one morning. I'm outside hustling. I come out the projects and I'm walking to the store. I'm crossing the street, walking to the store to get some backwoods. Sitting outside and roll up some weed.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm crossing the store, same store we just went to. I'm crossing the store from somewhere in the same spot, going to the store on the corner of Fulton and Buffalo.
You crossing the street.
And I'm crossing the street out of the projects to the store,
mm-hmm.
and it's a dude sitting on Buffalo coming down. He's got the windows down, summertime, got the mixtape playing loud. He playing my verse, rapping the shit with the ice grill, looking at me as I'm crossing the street.
And he don't even know who shit, yeah.
It's Paul Cain season again, right like a novel. I'm just, and I
Yo, bro, that was one of the...
amount of irony that you'll feel in a moment like that, you just be like, man.
That was one of your illest verses. You had crazy verses, but that was World War III?
Yeah.
That was one of your craziest verses. Besides, that shit that you and Fab went back to back on.
Why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't I? Woo, woo. You wrote that whole song?
No. Why wouldn't I was interesting because...
You wrote the whole song.
No, it was like, all right, instances like where you do things and people will never know what comes of it. Like, it was a freestyle that Fab did on a Clue tape a while back. And whenever I hear the beat, I remember like, yo, before that ended up becoming the beat for that freestyle, I remember we took that beat and me, Fab, and Joe went in the studio and started coming up with this song, like some three-man weave shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Why Wouldn't I, but it was all three of us.
Right.
And song never came out. We did 2 verses of the song. Song ain't had no hook, nothing. And Clue probably still plays the freestyle to this day. But that's just something nobody wouldn't know.
Why didn't it never come out?
I mean, because that's the creative process, man. Like,
it be
for me,
yeah.
When Clue did the Professional Part 2, the song Dangerous with me and Lady Luck, Luck, it might have been the same day or the day before, maybe. Might have been the same day. Yo, Luck came to the studio. She was on the way to the studio. I wrote 2 whole songs to that same beat.
Mm-hmm.
Hook, everything. Before she got to the studio and we actually did Dangerous.
Right.
So when I used to see the interviews and Tupac would talk about, oh man, we're gonna rap on this and we're gonna do this many songs on there, whatever.
Right.
Just put it on the same reel and we'll think about it later. I got it.
Understood it.
Because man, we wrote different songs to different beats. Like I would be writing songs to Fab beats while he was in the studio making songs. Like he might be in there actually making a song, and I might be sitting there. I hear the beat, and I'm like, yo, that's fire. Like I remember when he was "Miss My Love."
Okay.
I was sitting in the studio. I wrote this whole story off of that beat, though. I ended up recording it to another beat, but yeah, that's just the creative nature, though.
So it's no time you gave your bro an idea like, yo, do it like this, say it like this, take this. But that's just the creative part of music.
I won't say
That's just the
I
creative
told him,
part,
yo, go
Ken.
like this or say it like this, but that's like you go in the studio and you might say something and it might be too wordy. And I
Yeah,
might
take
say, yo,
this
look,
out.
take this word out, take
Right.
that word out. And it'll flip easier. Like
Right.
I didn't even did that with like even maybe in a recording process. Like I remember being in the studio with Free from 106 and Sleepy Brown, and she was doing something with Sleepy Brown, and I was in the studio with them, and when she was recording, and I told her, I said, well, leave that part for another track. Just say this, and if that's too complicated, then just take this word out and take that word out and say it like that, and it'll fit better.
And she
So
did
then,
that.
what she did was she took one word out, and however she did it, she heard what I said, but then she probably had a different idea, and she did it in however way she was comfortable. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was it's the same thing, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So what we got going on right now? What you doing right now?
Trying to take over the world.
You got new music coming out, right?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Is it a mixtape album? Because he looking at you, Mizzo.
yeah.
We got so much mad shit about to drop.
I mean,
You don't want to release it? You don't want to talk about it right now as a surprise?
I mean, it's more of a thing of like, yo, which thing you want to talk about? You know, the mob, it'd be like, yeah, did you do the thing? Which thing?
Right.
The thing. It's about the thing or the other thing. Yes, we got the Dow in December joint. Me and Miz got a project together. Your favorite uncle project I got is on the way. I got this purple tape joint I got going. Actually, it's two of those. PTV Part 2.
What's PTV mean?
Purple Tape Vibes.
Oh, Purple Tape Volumes? Okay.
And Purple Tape Vibes. And the Purple Tape is more of I actually sat down and dissected, and the Purple Tape is actually something I may just push back to much later because it's the way I broke down
Every song?
Yeah.
You gonna use every beat that they used? Or you gonna...
No, I went to the samples.
Right.
That
okay. The original sample.
That RZA took when he was doing Ray album, and we went back into the samples and just remade the beats. Like, see, and Ray and them is heavy on this too. Going back and trying to take somebody beats, I'm not gonna do freestyles. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That in a sense, that's biting. You know what I mean? You gotta bring your own energy to it. So like the record I got with Conway, it's like, time's up. You know what I'm saying? And some people probably was like, yo, what they thinking about the Conway. And I'm like, yo, the deeper part, I'm gonna think of the deeper part went over everybody's head because it's Ray, and then you got Ghostface Killer. Nah, Conway is the slant face killer, you heard? So, you know what I mean? And if what I'm doing is, you know what I'm saying, the flip of what Chef doing, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna give it, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna give it that.
What made you pick Conway? Because of...
No, listen, truth be told, Conway, Benny, and Gunn, I mean, it was them that really, don't get me wrong, Miz would be like, yo, what up, son? You gotta go to the studio, do something. Even my son. But I'm gonna be honest, it was one night, I'm trying to remember where I was at. I wasn't in New York. I wasn't home in Atlanta. I don't know where I just remember being in a hotel room and I'm turning the TV looking for something to watch. I might have been in Vegas or some shit. And I see Jimmy Fallon. And Griselda goes up there and does Dr. Birds on Jimmy Fallon.
You was bugging.
I remember looking at that like,
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the moments that kind of made me smile because, you know what I'm saying, like, the actual bar for bar lyrical hip hop, I mean, the dudes that really get busy, that was starting to like
Fade away.
fade a little bit. And they brought it back,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, to the forefront of it, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know, even them, they kind of even brought guys like Ransom back to it.
Right.
They had you paying attention to dudes like R.J. Payne and like, and then you, of course, you know, 38 Special and
Right.
Trust and all them. They had been, you know,
That
what I'm
was
saying,
my
heavy and
question.
running
Like,
and running their thing too.
when you hear them, do it remind you of like the triangle offense of you, Ransom, your brother, Joe Buttons?
I wouldn't say, see, here go my thing, and this is what's funny to me. I wouldn't say it reminds me of people. People first and foremost got to understand how long
That was.
they've been going at it. Like 38 Special been dropping for a long time.
Facts.
Benny, Gunn and Conway, they've been at this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I like people would say like, oh, they like little U's, and I'm like, these is grown men. Ain't no little nobody. You know what I mean? Like these is grown men. Like we not that far apart in age. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying? Like ain't no little nobody. These men deserve to be respected. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I respected them and I like their styles, but I don't think I would have liked nobody to try to call me little Rakim or little Coogee Rap or man, what? Yo, watch your mouth, man. You know what I mean? So like when people would say that to me about Benny and them, it would kind of like, I ain't gonna say it would rub me the wrong way, but I ain't like it. I still don't like hearing people say that.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Know what it is? Why niggas say that? Not to cut niggas off.
That bars.
Cain been all them niggas who be talking can't tell me they came up listening to Cain. They listening to Los. They listening to Cain. Niggas
That's
know
it.
Cain one of them too.
Y'all two, to me, was the best back-to-back niggas besides Styles and Kiss. It was, y'all was right there. Y'all, I know you hear that a lot too.
I mean,
I know you hear that a lot, Kane. Y'all niggas back-to-back shit was crazy.
I mean, I take everything with a
grain of salt.
Yeah. Because I mean, again, some people gonna say that. Some people might be like, nah, that ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
Comment like something I say a lot now. Everybody likes to talk about the verse I spit on
Math
Hoffa.
That was a classic verse,
in my expert opinion. But I tell people all the time, never forget. After I spit that rhyme, Ransom said, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But see, and Ran my bro, but Ran shit is more directed to the hard edge, bar for bar gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ran one like, yeah.
Ransom is retarded with his shit, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is this, man. I mean, as much as nigga be on some street shit, like, yeah, dog, being a street nigga don't mean you gotta be 100% ignorant or, nah, man. I mean, do you know how many ways you can come from writing, man, and how much shit you can write about? I mean, nah, everything ain't gonna be, every street nigga ain't a real nigga and every real nigga ain't street. Let's start there. So when it come to music, everything ain't gotta be some street shit. I'm gonna give a nigga some knowledge. I'm gonna give a nigga, because I done learned some shit in life too.
That's a whole, but this is the new Cain. You talking about right now.
Nah, it was always that way. I mean, look, this is what I mean. See, you gotta remind niggas sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. When we did the Smack DVD back in the days, you gotta remember this one. A while back, I had the throwback Astros jacket on. I was in front of my building in the projects.
You and Cody.
Right?
That's the one used by yourself spitting. You wasn't even with everybody. You just
I actually what I said, I believe I said some shit about I remember what freestyle was that? But I just remember the rhyme that I spit. I'm a third world lyricist. I shine like a necklace to the deaf of this. Some seeds quote what I wrote like it's written in Exodus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My test, you know what I'm saying? But now them type of rhymes is like, again, I was rapping like that then. It was there.
Right.
But everybody loved the street shit. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I would rap like that, like sometimes it was like, it wasn't that it went over niggas' heads. Niggas would love to just act like it did.
Right. But they heard you.
They wanted the street shit. Like
They
Jay
heard you.
said, I want to rhyme like common sense, but
I ain't been
You know what I'm
rhyming like
saying?
common sense.
yeah, it don't be what you give them, it be what they hold on to, what they choose to remember.
So in other words, they'll put you in a box if you let them.
Hey man, let me tell you something. The game was, I remember going to do albums and motherfuckers start telling you shit like, yo, all right, you got an album, but this shit ain't going out till you get some radio records. See what I'm saying? So now, that's almost, and here was the thing. During them times, you were kind of being directed into what kind of radio record to make, no matter what kind of rapper you were.
Right. Whatever's on the radio, I need to sound like this person.
Nah, but see, let me show you how wrong and all of that was. When Jadakiss made Why, I guarantee you nobody would have really said, yo, that this shit could be a hit record the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
They probably felt like, yo, it could be a good backup record, like maybe after your first single.
A B-side.
In between, yeah, your B-side, or they probably didn't think it was gonna take off like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, look at Jadakiss as an artist. Again, they would try to tell you we ain't the shiny suit kind of dudes.
Right.
You know what I mean? You ain't got to do that. And that was the thing. Labels tried to make this cookie cutter formula for all the artists back then. And that's just not what hip hop is or what the culture is about.
So what changed from when you first got in the game to now? What
They ain't giving
changed?
away all that money no more. They was giving away some bags back then.
Right.
I mean, for real, videos was $1 million.
Right. Right.
A ticket, a whole ticket.
And the
Hype
labels were
Williams,
paying for this shit.
Hype Williams, ticket. Benny Boom, ticket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about? Lil X,
Mm-hmm.
we talking about the guys that was,
Right.
Chris Robinson, we talking about the guys that was
Right.
really, yeah.
So now they want the,
Them niggas
basically,
was on every
Man, listen,
video.
everybody was getting paid.
mm-hmm.
What's different? Once upon a time, if we was doing this, I would have had somebody in here, A&R, somebody from the label would have been in here. Shit, if this platform was someplace that they felt like they needed to put me to market whatever I had going on, you was getting slid something under the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
So it
a
changed
whole
because
lot of payola, a lot
what
of money
changed
being
it
passed
though?
around.
Social media, where you can market and promote yourself. Is that part of it? That killed it?
YouTube killed it. It was all the digital era.
The digital era, right?
Because you got to remember, this is back when there was a Virgin Megastore in Times Square. You was going to buy CDs and shit.
Right.
It was doing in-stores at Virgin Megastore, and it's fucking insane.
But some people would say, "Yo, we like this better. You could get the bag your own now. You don't gotta wait."
As an artist, you should love it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
As an artist, you should love it because you really have the chance to pop. Because here go the thing about labels that then too. They'll listen to all of the music that you got, and you can have some shit that's a hit record. Yeah, I swear, they won't, if they felt like that was the only one you had, they won't even sign you. They might keep you around, keep you coming up to the label back and forth just to keep hearing what you got to see if you come up with another one. Because the reality of it is too, what labels will do too, they'll just bide their time until they find another artist that they feel like got the appeal.
Just like you, right?
They'll find the artist that got the appeal to go, but they just don't got the records to go with it. And they'll be like, you know what? We got a guy. He's got the records, he don't got the look. It was a whole lot of like, quote unquote, man, how you think Milli Vanilli became a thing? See what I'm saying? Somebody got the music, but they don't got
They
the
had
look.
the look.
You see what I'm saying? It's Milli Vanilli.
They went
Listen,
quadruple platinum.
what happened with Milli Vanilli was just the label saying, yo, it's not that Milli Vanilli would never happen again. We would never get caught faking like that. Again, not the artist. We won't put the artist out there like that. But they just said, nah, we got to get better with it. What you mean? Nah, we gonna find some dudes who really got the look, who could really sing, but they just ain't got no hit.
Sing that shit over.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go in there and sing the song how he told you to sing the song.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna put him in the studio with an Ike Turner and that's it. Nah, real shit. People, let me tell you something, man. That's the funny thing, man. Ike Turner got single-handedly demoted and written down in history as somebody that was just
beating a woman.
Like, that's not really what it was. And
Joe Jackson,
dude
too?
was a fucking like he was a genius when it came down to what them songs and how you the emotion
say
and
it.
whatever you want put it in the song. He really knew what he was doing, man. Rick James, a genius, man. Everything he touched, everything he was touching was turning to gold. So it's like, yeah, no. The labels definitely, it started back then.
But
drain the talent.
When we talk about the independency of certain artists, that goes to show how loyal Miz is when he could feel like, yo, I could do this on my own, but yet he still wait for you to do you to give him the green light.
Miz is a self-contained unit. Miz ain't got to wait for nobody. If Miz want to do music, video, whatever to something, Miz gonna go. Miz always on go time, and that's the one thing I always respected about him. An artist that's gonna sit around and wait for me, it's like, are you doing it because I'm doing it, or are you doing it because you want to do it? You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
a nigga might feel like, yo, I want to wait for Cain, so I'm not gonna do nothing, but you could do everything.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to be able to do it when you would. Listen, if I say I'm going to the studio when I leave here, right? And then the motherfucker be like, yeah, bet we go to the studio, man, we could cook something up. Bro, if I say I'm going to the studio, I might got 5 songs written on my phone right now. When I walk in there, I ain't putting on a beat trying to cook up. I'm putting the beats on that I'm about to smoke. I'm going to smoke these 5 tracks, and then after that, we could do whatever.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then in that sense, like, I done been in the studio with artists that only want to record when I go in the studio to record. But if I'm going to record, I'm going because I got something to do.
So that's lazy?
Nah,
it's lazy. That's an artist that don't want it, right?
It's not. I put it to you like this. It's not even that artists don't want it. One thing I can say, I know a lot of people. And one thing about being an artist is that, man, the most expensive part about being an artist is studio time. And the amount of time and money that'll go into that, it's like, I might go to the studio and then it's like, yo, some artists ain't even at it. It's just like, yo, they might got some shit they want to do, but they may not got the money for the studio time. Niggas literally take the term starving artist. They take that shit as a joke. Shit for real.
That shit real.
Shit for real.
So the question everybody want to know is why you never did a project with your bro. Is it coming? Is it like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing? Is it something personal that you got?
No, you know what?
Like what's the problem with that?
I come from the real era of hip hop. And here go the thing, man. Let me tell you something about what I mean when I say the real era of hip hop. Artists, once upon a time, had etiquette. That's because rappers then were real rappers. This is what they meant when they say bar for bar. You had to have bars because it was the people that took their craft serious.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not just trying something. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you got some dudes that might have became rappers just because they tried some shit when they went in the studio with their homeboy. Their homeboy was really the rapper. He really spent the money to go to the studio. This nigga, his man might have went in there, made one song and got smacked, but he had the studio for 10 hours. His man fell asleep for 3 hours in the studio, so he tried some shit in that 3 hours and made something that people thought was cool. And then it pops, and then niggas was like, yeah, he's the rapper. No, he was never the rapper.
But that sound like something, look, not to cut you off, Cain. That's how Pop Smoke was created. His man was rapping, and he just happened to jump on some shit. So it could happen.
Several rappers were created that way.
The session and his man fell asleep, so he was like, "Oh fuck it, let me
get on it." And then he actually blew up more than whoever he was rapping. No, I mean, his man.
And here go the catch though. That shit gonna work sometimes, but that ain't for everybody.
Right.
Now, people love underdog stories so much that it's just like people will entertain any and everything because it worked one time for one person.
So this is the reason why.
This is why now you got people that make records and then you don't never hear from them again.
One hit wonders.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired of this shit. I don't do fucking with this shit.
The game was always that way, but now it's really like it get bad, man. When you take the artists who have some of the biggest records and then they got to go do a freestyle for Double XL or something, and they
Shit's trash.
because again, they not rappers. They sitting in the studio, yo, hold up, let me try something. They're gonna say 4 bars and then be like, all right, hold up. They're gonna go back outside, they're gonna smoke, niggas gonna turn up, they on the gram, they doing everything under the sun. Hold on, wait, I got something else. They might have took a nigga 3 days to make one song.
Then the
One
niggas,
verse.
Then the niggas who niggas be sitting in the studio would be trash. So it's not even like still sharp and still.
Yeah.
I used to come to the stew with a verse, a hook, and probably like a half a verse. Till I really started locking in the stew, sitting down with Cain. Like that nigga got something for everything.
Right.
After I started locking him with that, I used to come with like good three songs and a sneaky freestyle. Cause it's like, yo, we was in this brother crib one time recording, we knocked something out. I played the beat. I'm like, yo, homie, finish it up. Like, yo, hold on, while you finish this, let me load this shit up. That nigga knocked out like 3 joints while I was trying to finish a verse.
Wow.
So shit like that be having me like, I can't even come in this shit playing.
Halfway. Right.
Word.
Man, I mean, because you know what it was? That I got that from the early days. You know what I'm saying? Because see, I tell them, I'm like, yo, over time, after the music and after we got, you know what I'm saying, experience and shit under our belt, we knew like, no, you get somewhere you can record, you know what I'm saying, and you just put your pain in. But I try to show them something different because I'm like, yo, it's one thing to have it at your disposal,
Right.
but how well you using it. What you mean? You ain't got to go in there every day because realistically, you may not be able to.
Right.
But what you can do is bide your time until you get back in there. So they be like, yo, what you mean? I might sit down for 2-3 weeks and just write music, right? When I'm done in that 2-3 weeks, I'm not gonna write nothing else outside of what I wrote, except for once I get in the studio. And they be like, yo, what you mean? Well, in 2-3 weeks, I might write, I say maybe 2 weeks, week and a half.
Right.
I might write 10 songs, right? Have them in my phone, ready to go. But then when I get to the studio, I might be like, yo, day one, hey, look, I want to get at least 3-4 of these joints done right here that I got out of this 10. So I'm going to go, boom, we're going to do these 3 right here or 4. All right, now let's cook something new. Scratch right here on the spot. And we're going to do that. All right. You got something else you want to do that you already got ready?
Right.
Shit, well, we record that too. If not, let me load up 2 more of these, knock these shits down, and we're going to keep creating because I tell it all the time. They be like, oh, man, I know you be locked in. No. Niggas see me everywhere. I be busy. I'm living life too. But at the same time, it's like, I could lock in the studio for 2-3 days. I'm going to come out of that bitch with 15, 20 records.
Right. So do you feel you won't do a joint project with your bro because it's a cheat code?
Nah, I wouldn't say it was a cheat code. Again,
or you want niggas to respect
with
you?
No, with the etiquette of it. Nah. See, once upon a time, it was in a sense where rappers even understood this. A rapper that had a deal, you could know the rapper that got a deal and be like, yo, hey, what's up? Let me get a record with you. Them that might be your homies. They'd do the record, but then the label that they signed to would tell you, we ain't clearing the record. You see what I'm saying? Now, the artists do it with the intention, you know what I'm saying, because that's my people.
Right.
But then the label was on some hate and shit like, oh, well, they're nobody. We ain't clearing the record. You know what I'm saying? Now,
but they won't say that about you.
Now, this is how you might do a record, and this is why some of the hottest records that you heard between artists was only on clue tapes and on mixtapes, and you never heard it nowhere. Because the relationships between the artists might have been out of respect, but the label wasn't clearing it. You see what I'm saying? It would have never happened. So you got records that was just definite mixtape bound, and then people would be like, nah, but that ain't on them. And as artists, you understood. It ain't my homie, it's the label.
Got you.
So now, with that being said, it's like that etiquette in a sense is gone. Like people look at me and be like, yo, Cain, man, come on, I know you could get records from any one of these niggas. I could.
Right.
But I still have that old school artist etiquette where at the same time, I'm not gonna walk up and like it took me time. Like I've been back recording, making music now, what, about 4 or 5 years now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It took etiquette. You think I would have seen Conway and them in 2020? Like, yo, what up, son? Jump on a record with me. We'd have got in the studio. That nigga have been like, yo, might have who knows how long it took me to write a rhyme.
Right.
At that time, I wouldn't know. Hadn't been doing it.
Yeah, you wasn't
You know
doing
what I'm saying, for a while. So, you.
That's what I'm saying. You lost the passion of it.
Nah, not even a lost the passion. It's heat up. Put some respect on these people's name that you want to do these records with. Understand that, man, you ain't been rapping for a while, nigga, you ice cold. You ice cold. Go do something.
That's
Get
true.
your name out there first and then spin back.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Do something, though. Don't just pop out and then feel like because, man, listen, respectfully, there were rappers like who you look at as the legends like Big Daddy Kane and Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and them. Those is the fucking legends. These dudes stayed active throughout all of this time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Rakim, still active. Coogee Rap, not so much. Picture Coogee Rap coming out right now, 2024, but see, the difference with Coogee Rap is he has the respect, though.
Mm-hmm. From the bars he spit
now,
back then.
Here go the catch now. Say Brother Jay from the X-Clan. You know what I'm saying now? Brother was, no, for real, brother's the nicest brother out of the clan. Right. But now, him coming now and just saying, yo, walking up to maybe Akeem Ali, yo, what's up, brother? Let me get a verse. Brother, we ain't seen or heard from you in 15, 20 years. Like, and that's what I mean when I say the artist etiquette. People tell me, yo, Cain, I know you could go to one of them and get a record. I could.
I see what you're saying. But I'm not ready to do that yet.
Put some respect on it, man.
No, I got you.
Up, get something where it makes sense that they even doing the record with you.
So we're not saying it's not going to happen. You want to heat up first.
Go get the record when you really can follow with it and execute and make it make sense and do something with it.
Niggas, or what Cain said, niggas would be saying like, yo, think cause niggas on your block telling you nice, like niggas just sit there and think like, cause niggas on your block telling you nice is like you got some motion.
Right.
So you go somewhere else.
And niggas running circles around you.
Other niggas that's nice, but you only on your block, so you only hearing that shit from your block. So don't tell people telling you
nigga
nice
like Lupe Fiasco run a circle around a nigga like, that think he nice.
No, I mean it in a sense like, put it like this. Niggas could tell you nice, whatever. Okay, cool. That's your block. You go to South by Southwest and come across an artist that's performing out there. He just as nice as you. You ain't never heard of this nigga, but you could tell that he got fans and people that fuck with him that know him regardless whether you know him or not.
Right.
You don't even have that. You just got niggas on your block telling you nice.
Right.
And you took that confidence and that motivation to go out here and do something, and you go down by South by Southwest, and you looking like, oh nah.
You start pulling up action. You don't know who I am?
Right.
Nah, niggas don't.
Niggas like, but how do you get that though? How do you get that? Where everybody know who you are?
Work, man. You gotta work it. You listen, hell the catch, man. I tell you, like, niggas used to say back in the days, yo, man, what you in the house for? Ain't no money in there. Like, if you networking and you trying to do shit, you got to be outside. You got to be there. You got to go places. You got to go places and support other people to meet people to learn about certain places so you know where to be at. You know where the opportunity is at. You know what I'm saying? You know where you could pop out at and make something happen that could up your situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could go somewhere and meet an artist and develop a relationship with them that, you know what I'm saying, might grow further. Because, I mean, you never know, man. Life is artists, there are artists that I've met and known, and then sometimes it take a certain situation for certain shit to go a certain way. Like, instance, I was in the studio and these dudes randomly called me like, yo, man, what's up? We want to do an interview, man, on you, and our homies got this, what's the name, man? Could you do a freestyle for him? I'm like, shit, bet. I'll go to the studio in Manhattan to go meet him at the time. And I walk into that studio, and that was the first time I met Nip Hussle. Hussle, man, was like 19 then. You know what I'm saying? And I met him, and then, ironically, he was working on something, and they wanted him to do something, and he was like, hey, cuz, you want to jump in this video with me? Shit, bet. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, just from one time somebody introduced me to Joey Badass. You know what I'm saying?
That's my God.
And I met Joey, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Kicked it with him, called a vibe with him. But it wasn't until we actually went overseas somewhere. Fab was somewhere, and Joey was over there too. I'm trying to remember. If we was in,
Everybody
like,
knew word for
we was
word.
in. I'm trying to remember. We was in Japan or where. I'm trying to remember where the fuck we was at. But you know, he caught his vibe, and Fab did his thing, and now I'm like, yo, Fab going back to the hotel. I'm like, man, yo, cuz, what you fucking with?
And
You
that
know what I'm
nigga
saying? And we
Right.
just
cool,
now,
son, that nigga
you know what I'm
cool
saying?
nigga.
And we just
Yeah.
end up kicking it. We might go from, oh, I gotta go. Fab, we done with the show.
Yeah.
He like, man, I gotta host a party tonight.
Right.
Shit, I ain't really got nobody out here with me, cuz I
You
bet.
with us. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So then I mob with him, man. I don't remember where we was at. We could have been in Japan, Amsterdam. I don't remember where the fuck we was at. But you know what I'm saying? Again, you had these moments overseas, around the world. You never know.
Now, being that you travel so many places with your bro, you seen so many different things, you don't feel a little like tense coming back to the projects, walking around freely?
No? Tense about what?
Anything can happen. Haters.
Anything can happen anywhere in the world.
That's true too. That's
Shit,
true
I mean,
too.
look at it like this. And this about like, bro, and you can get reminded of some shit real fast. Let me tell you something. You worried about shit happen in the hood. Motherfucker, I remember we went to go somewhere. I think we went to like Utah or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And I believe we was going out here to do a show, and it was cold out. We got there, and it was snowing. It started snowing, and the snow was so crazy, they end up canceling the show. The show was the same night that Floyd Mayweather fought Ricky Hatton. We finds a little bar to go watch this fight in, though, because the show was canceled. Now, we in this bar, again, we the only black people in there. Everybody in this shit all hyped up because
Ricky Hatton.
he going at Floyd his hardest. And it was all fun and games until Floyd hit him with that punch, and he went head first into the corner, bang, and dropped.
Now they want to
You heard
fight
that?
y'all.
Man, after soon as he dropped Ricky Hatton, it was like, yo, we got to get out this bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, it's like, you think I'm worried about what anything can happen anywhere. We done been in some wild situations, dog. And it did, again, with people that look like us, with people that don't look like us, man, anything can happen anywhere.
No doubt.
Never worried about what could happen in the hood. I mean, again, it was life and death. Plenty of situations where I almost did not make it long time ago.
Mhm.
Long before rap, before any of that was even thought of. Like, no, they didn't have shootouts in the hood. I was 9, 10 years old.
Right.
Could have caught a stray.
Then.
Then the crazy part, nigga pull up thinking, I'm about to pull up to the P's. Cain out there, I'm gonna see Cain. Nah, if you wasn't here 20 minutes ago, that nigga really might not even be here right now.
That's a
Niggas
fact.
thinking he right there, that nigga be moving.
Nigga be in the hood and be gone.
I mean, because I'm always moving. I'm with the movers, man. The movers and the shakers. So it's like, you know what I mean? I'm always moving. I stay in motion. So it's like, somebody will say something, oh, what up? Yeah, Cain out here, boom, 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 boom. And while he's saying that to somebody on the phone, yo, and pass the phone.
You gone.
Yo,
already.
what up? Yeah, nah, boy, ain't nothing. Yeah, nah, niggas outside. Pass the phone back. I might be having a conversation with him, telling him right now, yeah,
You go to the
look,
studio.
so what you doing? Yeah, nah, we gonna spend right here. Yeah, and
Right.
from there, we going here. He on the phone with somebody else telling another nigga, yeah, Cain in the hood. Before that nigga got in his car, I was gone.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And that shit, that could be anything. It ain't even got to be in the project. You could sell the same shit. Yo, Cain in the studio right now. Then before you put your sneaker on, I'm out of there.
Facts. So, Cain, before we wrap this shit up, can you give me one of those verses, please? Please give me a verse. Not no old shit.
What do you mean?
One of them classic shits. You gave Math. Some shit that we gonna play forever. Come on, come on.
Before he give niggas a verse, I'm gonna tell niggas too. When the last time Cain you did some back and forth shit? Why wouldn't I, right? Me and Cain on my EP about to drop. We got some shit.
Oh, word?
Some shit called Down. That shit.
When it's dropping?
Probably, I wanna drop it for my man East B-Day. East shit this month.
Rest in
'Cause my
peace,
shit is
East.
done, but I'm gonna hurry up and put it out. I want so Cain could play shit out and go crazy.
All this shit is, man.
Cain, give me a verse, Cain. They waiting on it.
So many verses.
Come on, you're moving forward a classic Cain verse, bro.
Well, here go the catch. See, that verse that I gave on math, right? The
Ever talking to somebody?
The verse came in the midst of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? About like speaking on the topics of which people rap, which is how I got there. So again, I'm more of a tailor-made to the situation kind of guy. Because the funny thing about it is, I was surprised when the verse went viral.
Yo, not to cut Cain
Cain,
off.
your shit.
That shit got 1 million views on everybody page except Cain shit. He the only one who didn't post it, son.
Nah,
That
no,
shit when he rapping it out, he
here go
the
the funny
only
part
one who
about
didn't
it.
post that shit. That shit a
know.
1 million views
I'll
on
share
everybody
some,
page.
and I'll share some with everybody. And this is the funniest part about
That
it.
shit is a viral.
What he says is kind of true because here go the catch. I posted the video, right? When I initially posted the video, it got maybe like 13, 14,000 views or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember somebody tagged me to a video. The first initial person, they posted the video. He tagged me to the video, but, you know, and he just, you know, and he wrote this, and he didn't actually tag me to the original post. He added me in a comment after. And I went to this video and I looked. Video had like 15, 16 million views.
Woo. That's son.
I went back to my page and deleted the shit off my page.
Nah.
Everybody who posts that shit
Here go
got
the
1
catch.
million
I went like,
views, son.
and this was the thing. I went to that page and it was like 15. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be truthful. It was that one. That one had like 15, 16 million views. So then later that day, somebody tagged me to another one. That one had like 4 million views.
Master P threw it up.
Oh, Master P even threw it up?
I watched the dude.
Wow.
Yeah, Master P posted it.
That's crazy.
He threw that shit at his page.
That's crazy.
And
I remember
Cain too.
Yeah, he did. And
That's
I remember he threw it up, and I remember going through like pages, and then I remember watching this dude, and this is what made me delete it off my page. This dude, he was like, yo, I'm gonna post this video. I'm like, yeah, nah, it's cool, whatever. So then he posted it and tagged me to it. His videos at that time, like the most views, his videos had like 8,000, maybe. He got a video that got maybe a 10 or 12,000. So he asked me about posting this video. He posted a video. Same day, this video got like 300,000-400,000 views on it. And to me, that was one of the common things where, let me tell you something. You know how the younger generation, he'd be like, oh, we don't do no dick riding, this, that. Yo, that shit has gone so far and so deep because that shit'll go to show you how, because it's you, they won't fuck with it. They'll watch it anywhere else but from you. Because they don't want you to know that they watching your shit like that.
Big fan.
Something like that heavy video.
Do you feel you kind of blackballed or like?
No.
All right.
I'll be honest, I just, again, people be like, yo, you don't feel like you blackballed? No, I actively took a back seat one day. I just was like,
I ain't doing this shit.
You know, you just look around, yo, this ain't it. And it was several things, like, because as far as people be like, oh, what was the one thing? It wasn't any one thing. It was a lot of things just about who I was as a person. And I started to realize that what I wanted out of rap and what I was looking at rap for, the whole, like how they say business is longer than the word show. Start to look at the business aspect of it and everything that come along with it. And my brother's a more, you know, well-balanced personality and everything. So he know how to be calm about it. I'm just so hood in certain respects that, like, he know how to be calmer when you get off a flight and you in the bathroom. Motherfucker just saw you get off the plane, he see you go in the bathroom. He's about to literally run in the bathroom with his camera phone in his hand.
You would smack that shit out, the nigga.
He about to try to, like, they'll try to literally walk up on you while you at the stall with your dick in your hand pissing. And they be like, yo, what up, yo, you think I get a flick?
Yeah, that's super disrespectful.
Nah, you gotta understand, they're excited. They're not looking at you like they see the homie in the corner store, or nah, you are who you said you are. When they say, nah, that's fucking, yo, son, that nigga Flow, man, listen, I gotta get this pick, bro.
Nah.
Gotta get this pick. They bringing a man with him. Y'all saying, you gotta take this pic from me. I don't want the selfie shit, bro. He's so busy thinking, he's not even thinking about the fact that he's walking into a bathroom to tell his man to come take, nigga, not even, all of this shit has escaped the nigga mind. So I would be with my brother traveling and I would see this shit. And sometimes I would, because of the type of person I am, you know, you see some shit before it happened.
Right, you're like, yo.
You looking and you see it like, no, that's like we go in the bathroom. We came off the flight. So I might go in the bathroom first. He coming behind me with the security, whatever. And I take a piss security stop outside the bathroom. I'm washing my hands and I'm looking off the mirror. I see the nigga walk into the bathroom trying to unlock his phone. And he glancing up at Fab. And I'm looking at him off the mirror. And I got to just spin and be like, yo, fam, nah.
Not right now.
A nigga like this.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, what?
Damn.
But then they'll realistically still be like, oh, yeah, my bad, fam. But yo, I just wanted to. Hold up, fam. We could talk about this shit outside the bathroom.
Calm down.
We got some, because again, they're excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never had nobody in life that you could, quote unquote, say you were starstruck for? Anybody. Or you didn't have anybody that you loved as a kid that you like, imagine if I would have saw this person.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
This is what they're going through in that moment when they see that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when my sister flew back from California back in the days when my nephew was a baby. She got sick on a plane and Prince was on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So this nigga bought out the whole first class too. So when my sister got sick, they came and put her in the last row and the flight attendant had a baby. My nephew wouldn't stop crying.
Right.
So Prince says, yo, bring the baby to me. They said that this is the flight attendant's words. They gave my nephew to Prince, and my nephew stopped crying.
Wow.
He didn't cry for the rest of the flight. Prince. So now we going to meet. They called my mother.
That's crazy.
They notified from the plane. They notified ground control. They called my mother while the plane was still in the air, and said, "Yo, your daughter got sick on the plane." So they gave my mom. We went and met her at the gate when my sister was coming off. Man, listen. Before my sister came down the walkway in the wheelchair, you just see like security come, police start clearing people from by the gate, this, that, and the third. And like, oh no, this is her kids. Yeah, they're cool. They cleared everybody from by the gate. Man, this motherfucker come down and shit holding my nephew. And he gave my nephew to my mom's. My mom's was like,
wow.
She couldn't even really speak at first.
Like,
Prince. You know what I'm saying?
That's Prince,
man. So my mom's is just looking like, because it wasn't like, they didn't tell my moms like, yo, Prince got
the baby.
Grandson. No, they didn't tell them. They just told them my sister got sick on a flight.
Wow,
so
that's
coming
crazy.
There to meet my sister with my nephew, that's all she's thinking. We get there and Prince come walking off the plane with his security and says, yeah, they told me this is your grandson. Yeah, no, he's a good kid. Boom. He's talking to my mom.
Prince,
like, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So then he gave my mom's a nephew, boom. He was like, yo, sorry, I told your daughter, yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a contact for my people. Yo, if anything, just call me.
And that was it.
My mom, and then he was off.
It was off.
And my mom was just like standing there, and I know like she was standing there holding him, like holding the baby.
Like,
and then they brought my sister down the jetway in the wheelchair, and they brought it down and
that's wild.
My mother was like, "Oh shit!" So then my sister come and she's groggy, getting up off the plane, and she asked my sister, "Yo, did you see that?" And she was like, "See what? Nah, ma, I don't feel good."
She's like, "Princess had the baby."
No, so it wasn't even that. It was when she got the like baggage claim. And my mother was like, "Bitch, did you hear what I said? Like, Prince had your fucking baby." Like, my sister was like, at the time, I mean, and here go the funny thing. It wasn't that my sister didn't know. She knew, but she was feeling fucked up.
Yeah, so she didn't really care.
She didn't really care, you know what I mean? But my mom's was like, I kind of figured out what that is later on in life, because then it's like, that's what you got to think about. Like so I understand sometimes, even me per se, like I go some places and I see real like hood niggas, and niggas see me and be like, oh shit, yo, Cain, yo, what up? Yo, what's good, G's? And then just stop and chop it up with niggas and shit, and niggas be like, yo, what up, nah, son, for real? Niggas
That's
be
real
like,
shit though.
and sometimes I should be fucking niggas up, and niggas be like, yo, damn, my son outside, no security, and I be looking at niggas like, security? I mean, I just think about what I come from. Again, movers and shakers, nigga.
Right. My own security.
We was the menaces, man.
Right.
For yo,
right.
Man, I get to thinking about my man's the businessman, my man Biz, my man Stitch and Squinge and them, and I'd be like, yo, man, it was a time like when I was outside with the guys with the gang, like security.
But see,
you would have been looking for security to get away from us.
But see, but this
need no security.
But this goes into the part where they say Fab Crew was just
that's
bugging on everybody.
Nah, man, I put you like this. That's Brooklyn, bro. Like people make it seem like
y'all had a bad rep. Y'all was getting at everybody.
Man, it's Brooklyn, man. But listen, you heard what they said to Stack. So how does that, when they asked him and he was signing Jim Jones, and he was like, so how are the two cliques getting along? And he was like, man, Far Rock don't get along with nobody. See what I'm saying? Brooklyn is just Brooklyn. Brooklyn is abrasive, whatever. And whether people know it or not, Brooklyn is everywhere. You can always go somewhere and be like, where Brooklyn at?
Right here, dog.
You gonna find one no matter where you at. You know what I'm saying? So they'd be like, yo, man, it was dumb niggas. Yo, man, we came from an era where you had to be like that to be outside, so it wasn't per se, it was just us, it was everybody. It was Brooklyn. That was the time. We from the era, everywhere you go, you had to be strapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the climate. So it wasn't per se us. They just associated us because of how we carried it. Like, and people like, yo, what you mean how you carried it? Kind of the same shit. Have you ever heard me answer a question when niggas ask me, yo, did you slap cat stacks?
Nah.
See what I'm saying?
Nah.
I like again, it's just how you carry it. I don't my thing is I don't give a fuck. I ain't care about that girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? So saying yeah, no is not even important. Did you slap her? Man, listen, she got the shit slapped out of her. That's all that niggas need to know.
Did you slap her?
She got the shit slapped out of her because it was fucking deserved. Who did it is not important. This is the era. And this is the funny part about it. We come from an era where you gonna tell on yourself, nigga?
Hell fucking no.
Now these niggas is telling on themselves and trying to make
go
it
viral.
Cool and try to make you feel like you a clown if you don't address it. This is why y'all niggas got 100 felonies now. That's why half of your favorite rappers keep going back and forth to jail. Let me tell you something, and this is the reality of it. Even when niggas was really, really like that in real lifetime, them rappers wasn't going to jail. Yo, Lil Sean, the rapper that made I Made Love for the very first time, Hickey's on Your Chest, all that.
Yeah.
Yo, man, listen, man. Sean never made a gangster record still to this day.
He's about that life.
And I don't even got to go more into it than just saying that. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, that's cool. Listen, while these cats want to do all that, that's cool. You know what I'm going to brag on your platform? Yeah, I don't got no convictions, man.
That's real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas, if a nigga saw me in the mountains, I was on the dance floor with somebody. I went to go check a nigga on the VI. If a nigga saw me on the island, I caught a charge and I bailed out. I ain't gonna say I didn't go. I didn't. But no, I don't have no convictions on my record. I don't got no felonies.
That's some real shit. Yo,
of course, everybody was outside. But that's how niggas told me.
You was moving smooth.
Yo, man, nah, son. Like, yo, bro, there's nothing cool about getting caught, nigga. You was the dummy.
It was the stupid one. Why I never see a Paul Cain in the Memphis Bleak record? Why I never see y'all collabing?
Well, because, I mean, put it like this. Bleak did the music in a time frame when Bleak was doing the music, and then later on toward the end, Bleak probably got into the same space that I got. If I'm still getting money off the music and I'm not actually in front of the camera, this is all right. Because it gets to a point where you may not necessarily really want all of the headache and the fanfare of it all. Now, I don't care because it's just like, yo, man, I did all of that shit to try to avoid people knowing me, and
They gonna still know.
It was already too late.
It's too late. That's what I'm saying.
It was already too late, man. Like, going places, motherfuckers still to this day, yo, Paul Cain, what up? On site. So it's like,
it's too late. You might as well just drop the music. You're not in a label situation no more, right? You don't own no labels, nothing. You're a free agent, basically, right?
Of course, I'm
independent route, or you looking for a deal, or what's more better?
Why would I take a deal?
Right, but some people want the deal for the help.
What help?
That the labels will give you.
After being in the music and associated in the music industry for 20 years, what help could a label give me that I couldn't give myself? The people you gonna go to at the radio station, I know them. The people you gonna go to at the digital multimedia companies like DigiWax, shout out to my man CL, I know them. You see what I'm saying? So who you gonna go to? Flex, and shout out to Big Dog Flex and Cluing them.
Mm-hmm. You know them.
I mean, who? Like, what help could they give me that I need? These people I know them. I watch some of them, even in a sense, come from the bottom, because you got to remember when we first started rapping and signing with Clue, and Ja Rule wasn't even full blown yet.
Mm-hmm.
We started fucking with Clue in '97.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? In '97, I remember going to concerts and shit for other rappers and shit. Yo, Ja and Cadillac Time, the man, Black Child, niggas was in the crowd with us.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
shit
crazy.
Like,
that's how long it's been.
Yo, man.
Niggas got it.
I remember 50 used to be in the hood, man, with the 551 niggas, man.
Mm-hmm.
Word, I'm talking about, and he was some official.
Yeah, 551.
Man, listen, that's another story.
Yeah, I already know. Man. I already know. So I guess no fucking Paul Cain freestyle on my podcast, right? He's looking. Mizzo, tell him.
That's what you call Dragnet, man. We here. Your favorite uncle.
How could I put it?
Just give a verse, bro.
All right. See, what I've learned is most people, in a sense, it ain't even really the topic. They just like the bars. They want you to
want the bars, bro.
They want you to go crazy.
We ain't gonna act like you wasn't one of my favorite artists too, bro. Come on.
Still one of my favorites.
Come on. Still, come on, Cain.
My New York state of mind is different from yours. So when a nigga records, I handle mics like I'm picking up swords. And when I rhyme, I get no applause. Niggas listen and pause, drifting in thoughts, seeing visions of wars. Prisons abroad, New York niggas run every corner. Drug dealers, scammers, athletes, singers, and rap performers. Creeps, snakes, snitches, decoys, rats, and informants. The streets is notorious. Know that this rapper warned you. Summers is getting warmer. Niggas is getting hotter. Wonder how a crackhead got killed over $1. Feeling like Marvin, what's going on? Make me wanna holler. Know the guard playing Gucci cause the devil wears Prada. These bitches fuck for shoes and bags. We give them nada, stay in LV. But this Sin City ain't in Nevada on the real. Most of these rappers ain't even real. Not a loyal bone in they body. They change like dollar bills.
Come on, man. Yo.
Nah,
that was a light shower. That was a light shower. Let the world know where to find you at on the gram if they don't know, and what's coming out.
Oh man.
After him, you go, Miz.
It's the boy Paul Cain SF. PaulCain, capital S, capital F. That's the boy. Look me up, Uncle P. Tap in. Joint Time's Up, featuring Conway the Machine. Drops August 2nd, you know what I'm saying? Click the link in my bio, run that up, you know what I'm saying? The project following will be out within a few weeks after. We got about 2-3 projects coming, so you got to watch them all. They coming, not consecutive, we
Right.
running them concurrent.
Right.
Them shit's
So,
moving forward.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
So,
all moving forward.
So for the jail niggas, I know what that means. We running all these projects concurrent. You heard?
What about you, Mizzo? Let them know where to find you at.
Young Boy Music, YUNGBOYMUSIC1. EP about to drop any day now, man. Still got it from here. Got the video out right now going up. We about to drop, man.
You already know what it is, man. Moving forward, the family, Dow Hour,
Yeah.
Paul Cain,
RP
Mizzo.
Frank White, RP my man Tula, man.
Yeah,
RP
for real.
Eastwood.
Long live Eastwood, you heard? Forever that. Shout out my nigga Flo. Shout out G-Star, nigga. You heard?
Yeah.
There's 2 flows in here, too.
Big moving.
You already know what time it is.
Oh, my man Day Weather. Listen, let me clear the air like that. You know what I'm saying? That's Flo. Shout out my nigga Day Weather. Shout out to
Day.
G-Star, you heard?
So